Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers at home, and welcome everyone to a presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And let's take a look now at some numbers for Joel Embiid.
And he's gone cold over the last 10 games, guys. His scoring numbers are down, and he can't seem to get out of this rough patch. He's got to get himself going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
A look at the 76ers starting group. George and Embiid are up front. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt, and it's Oubre in at the small forward position. And for the Celtics, Tatum at the 4 with Keita in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. With the postseason in our sights now, what's more important to have, home court advantage or momentum, Grant?
I'd argue both. BA, I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd say momentum, just because you want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs.
Tatum, shot is good.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
And he buries his first look.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move, like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
It's rebounded by Edgecombe. Down low. Here's George. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Pass to Keita. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Now here's Maxey. 17 points in his last outing.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good positioning.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. Coach knows that Joel Embiid is going to get his fair share of trips to the line, and he told me that's a part of his game, and he's great at it. If he can bait us into contact and still find a way to get a shot up, it's going to take a very disciplined approach from us tonight on Joel. We'll see if they're up for the task. BA, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Pass to Keita. Back to Tatum. Rebound by the 76ers. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
You have to credit the game plan going in, especially at the offensive end, where they were just so relentless.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Now here's Hauser. 11 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
George, a screen on White. For 3, Maxey. It's hauled in by White.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Great toughness. Tatum felt the contact, but still completed the play.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Outside Oubre. Back to Maxey. Pass to Embiid. The jump hook. That one goes in.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
It's stolen by Maxey. Outside Oubre. George sets a screen. Takes a 3. Oubre can't hit. The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. And it's Tatum missing. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. Pass to Maxey. Now here's Embiid. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against New York.
And let's not forget about the assist. His playmaking was critical for this team.
Queta, pass to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now here's Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
Well, look at how his team works to get Tatum set up for success. Feeding him when he's ready to fire.
And here's Oubre from the arc. Philadelphia with another miss. The Celtics with the lead. Hauser outside. Pass to Queta. Hauser outside. To the middle. The kick to Tatum. Clock at 4. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Stan, one thing about Jaylen Brown, he seems so composed out there.
Yeah, B.A., he's very calm. Doesn't waste energy. You love a player who's this focused and calculated.
And so it's Boston with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And it's good. 2 points.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Almost an entirely new group here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. Shireman's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. '76ers trail by 4. Now Watford. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Drummond against Vucevic. From 8 feet, in deep. Drummond finishes.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pritchard with it, and Drummond picks him up defensively. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Philadelphia.
That's how you want to see them crash to glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Here's Watford. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 11 so far. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Vucevic. Stolen by Drummond. To the paint. Here's Barlow. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball. Here's the 2K leaderboard, and a moment to see which rookie point guards are shooting the best from the charity stripe. Second, Derek White. Fourth, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, when this group goes to the line, odds are they're sinking their shots. As a result, the defense really has to question whether they can be as aggressive as they'd like to be.
And that's something he can really use to his advantage. It gives him an edge against more imposing defenders.
Here's Shireman. No points so far. Just 5 on the clock. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
Embiid's shot is good. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. And this team has been unstoppable away from their own arena. Up there with some of the best road teams we've ever seen.
No question about that. It's hard enough to win in this league with the parity, but to do it away from your home floor and home fans, that's something to be proud of.
Fires for 3. Prime shot is off. For Boston, they've gotten 7 of 13 shots to drop. Pass to Walsh. Back to Pritchard. Here's the 3. Sinks the tray. And the Celtics lead by 3.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Here's Embiid. It's Grimes on the wing. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Boston.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Celtics lead by 3. So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Oh, wow!
Look out! That's a big-time move by Jason Tatum. I don't know how many style points you give him on that one.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Can. Now here's Watford. Outside Edwards, over Tatum. Edwards gets the bucket.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, the Sixers are trying to pull it all together. Joel Embiid said, "We still can compete for a championship, but this is going to take time. We have a lot of talent, but we still have to go out and actually do it. It's just hard. We've got a pretty good chance to accomplish something." Back to you.
It's all about health. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Boston has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Walsh, Barlow grabs a miss. 76ers trail by 3 from behind the arc. The shot no good. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Outside Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Tatum rips the 3.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. is for Philadelphia. Terry comes in for Edwards. And it's Lowry in for Watford. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, appreciate the report. And Tatum finishing the fast break.
Tatum's got energy and stamina to last. You see it with how quick he consistently gets out on the break.
Pass to Embiid. Inside, Barlow uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Tatum passes to Queta, and here's White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Embiid against Tatum. Shoots over Embiid, and it's Boston scoring again. 76ers trail by 8. Lowry outside. Pass to Embiid. Back to Lowry. There's the three. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
They get it back. Here's Gonzalez. The kick to Tatum. Fires from deep. Pure from three-point range. And now it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Pass to Embiid. To the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. The 76ers will have a different look here. Paul George, he's checked in for Barlow. Oubre comes in for Terry. Edgecombe, he's checked in for Grimes. And it's Maxey in for Lowry. Here's Brown. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Also, his ability to push the action and get to the line made a huge difference.
Now here's Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston. Stan, looking back on the 2017 draft, at the time, you believe Jason Tatum was the best prospect.
And with hindsight, BA, that seems obvious. But back then, Markelle Fultz was the consensus #1 pick. Credit the Celtics for trading back and getting their guy.
And so it's Boston with it, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Brown with it, guarded now by George. Tatum passes to Hauser. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. And here we have a rundown of the teams with the best rebounding numbers this season. In the third spot, the Celtics.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
76ers trail by 6. Maxey surveys. Embiid high post. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
And the moment Embiid